Have you ever felt like you've stumbled upon the perfect, tiny little niche company online? The one that feels like it was tailor-made just for you? Well, today, we're going to peel back the curtain on a business strategy that has absolutely perfected that feeling. We're not just looking at some travel websites, we are deconstructing a full-on digital empire that was built on mastering perception.
So it all starts with the simple search. Let's just imagine you're planning that perfect high-end trip out to Sedona, Arizona. You hop on Google, you're looking for the absolute best. What do you type in?
Maybe it's a girls' trip, right? So you search for Sedona Bachelorette Party, hoping to find a company that specializes in exactly that.
Or hey, maybe it's a more general luxury getaway. You might search for something like Sedona VIP Tours, looking for that premium, white glove kind of service.
And of course, if it's the biggest day of your life, you'd probably search for luxury Sedona weddings, trying to find an expert who can make that dream a reality. Now, in each of these cases, you'd find what looks like the perfect specialist.
And that's really where our story begins. Because your search results are going to give you this whole roster of highly specialized companies, and each one looks like a totally independent expert in its field. Let's meet some of the key players.
For that bachelorette party search, you'd almost definitely land on a site for Sedona bachelorettes. I mean, their tagline says it all. Sedona's #1 girls' trip concierge. Right away, they're positioning themselves as the ultimate authority.
And just look at their menu of services. It is perfectly curated. We're talking private wine tours, luxury picnics that come with photo shoots, even VIP nightlife reservations. Every single thing on this list is designed to scream the perfect bachelorette weekend. It's so specific, you'd be totally convinced you found a true niche expert.
Okay, now for the wedding search. You might find a company called Luxury Sedona Weddings and Events. It's a completely different vibe, right? The branding is all about romance, elegance, red rock romance.
And here we go again. Their services are incredibly specialized. They aren't just offering wedding planning. No, they're offering everything from full-scale venue scouting to these intimate elopements and even crazy adventure add-ons like helicopter flights over the Red Rocks. It really feels like a completely separate, dedicated wedding company.
And for that VIP tour search, well, you'd probably land on Sedona Luxury Concierge. Their promise is super simple and direct. White glove travel planning. This company offers a broader range of premium services, from private vortex tours all the way to corporate retreats. They cater to couples, families, groups. They're positioning themselves as the go-to for pretty much any high-end Sedona experience. So 3 needs, 3 perfect specialists. Or so it seems.
But this is where the story takes a fascinating turn, because if you start to look past all the beautiful branding, you start to see the seams. It is time to connect the dots. Are these really 3 different companies?
This is where it gets really interesting. If you start digging into the fine print on these beautifully designed, totally distinct websites, a little pattern starts to emerge. I want you to look very closely at what we're about to show you.
And there it is, the big reveal. Just look at the contact number. It's the exact same number, 928-362-1616 for all 3 of these supposedly separate companies. And not only that, they were all built by the same web developer, and 2 of them even mentioned being part of a network called the Best of Sedona. The point here is, these are not competitors.
So that brings us to the core of this whole strategy, the umbrella brand, the one single entity that is controlling this entire web.
The mystery is officially solved. Sedona Bachelorettes, Luxury Sedona Weddings, and Sedona Luxury Concierge. They are not independent businesses. They are all tentacles of a single parent company, the Best of Sedona.
What we're looking at here is a textbook, and I mean textbook example of brilliant brand architecture. It's a system that's designed to create all these specialized entry points that all lead back to one central operation. It just makes it easier for customers to find exactly what they think they're looking for.
And this illustrates the point perfectly. If you actually go to the main The Best of Sedona website, it's no secret. They openly list these specialist sites as their very own luxury services. The illusion is only there for the person who's arriving from a very specific search.
So, how does this digital ecosystem actually function? And why is it so darn effective? This is truly a masterclass in modern marketing.
The strategy itself really breaks down into 5 brilliant steps. First, you identify those really high-value customer groups. Then, you create a dedicated specialist brand for each one, a perfect-looking solution.
Step 3 is the crucial part. You optimize each of those sites to completely dominate the search results for those very specific keywords. All the inquiries are then funneled to a single, central team. And the final genius result? You create this powerful illusion of choice. The customer feels like they've done their research and found the perfect specialist, but every single path leads right back to you.
So let's talk about the big takeaway here. What makes this model so much more powerful than a more, traditional approach?
Well, the difference becomes crystal clear when you put it side by side with the old way of doing things. The old model is one giant website trying to be everything to everyone, a jack of all trades. It's really hard to rank for specific searches. But this ecosystem model, it's the total opposite. It uses multiple, hyper-focused sites with perfectly tailored messaging, and this allows it to dominate specific search keywords and, this is the most important part, build a deep sense of expertise and trust with each and every type of customer.
And in the end, it all comes back to this. One phone number. A single, simple point of contact that ties this entire, complex and incredibly effective digital web together. It ensures that no matter what luxury experience you're searching for in Sedona, your call is going to be answered by the exact same expert team.
And that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. In an age where we all crave specialization and choice, maybe the most powerful way to build a brand isn't to be one single thing to everyone, but to be many perfect things to a very specific someone.